Bobby Lee is one of my favorite comedians. I remember first seeing him on Mad TV growing up, where he'd rip his shirt off and jump across the hood of a car.
Ooh, baby!
But since then, things have evolved for Bobby Lee. He's probably most well known for being a popular comedian as well as a host of a popular podcast with his now ex-girlfriend. And there's really something to admire to see comedians like Bobby Lee, Joe Rogan, Bill Burr, and a slew of other comedians get a lot of popularity on views for being who they are online. And it's something very amazing, and it's something very beautiful because it's a direct main line of talent to consumer. There's no middleman in between. There is no Hollywood executive directing the direction of their careers online, because the cream of the crop really rises to the top. And if you're a funny comedian or someone who's entertaining, you can showcase that online and use that to parlay into online viewers, which can then turn into more comedy fans, more advertiser dollars, and really just a good living for someone who, in my opinion, deserves it. But things weren't always great for these comedians, and that case is entirely true for Bobby Lee. Bobby actually explains that after Mad TV had dissolved, things kind of went south for him career-wise. It seemed like his years on Mad TV and years of killing and stand-up didn't really mean much. It seemed like his resume was non-existent. And he actually lamented this fact while on the Opie and Anthony show talking with Patrice O'Neal, where he explained that he was very frustrated that he was not treated as anyone special when going for castings in Hollywood.
Why aren't you in, I mean, they didn't call me.
Yeah, those are your parts. They don't call you for that stuff?
No, I mean, I went in for, like last week I went in for Cameron Crowe, right? And we talked for like 20 minutes and I auditioned for him, he taped me. And afterwards he was like, that's great. I go, thanks. He's like, you know how you say a line and he was like behind the camera going like this, give me a thumbs up. And I drive home, I think I got that.
I got it, right.
Didn't get it. And that's 10 times a year that happens.
Who got it?
I don't know.
Ken Jeong.
Probably Ken. But
So that's you feel for it. I'm almost like I'm sad and happy for Bobby at the same time. Like I'm happy that he goes through the same horseshit.
You know what I mean? And
Ken, Ken does too, though.
I know, but you look at Ken and Craig. They're both great guys. They're great guys, but they're not. You know what I mean? They don't.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say
you're not a bridge burning guy.
No, I'm not going to.
Bobby, I know what you're going to say.
burn bridges. I'm not going to burn.
I'll say it. Patrice way funnier than Craig Robinson.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I know what you're trying to say.
No, what I'm saying is that, and I'm just saying that. Okay, here's what I'm saying. Okay,
say it.
We're screwed. You and I, we're screwed.
Now, I think something that's very interesting about Bobby Lee's misery with show business, as well as Patrice O'Neal, another curmudgeon that was on that show, is that they both realize the situation that they're in, try their best to get out of it, but all the while realize they're going up against something that is unfair. The idea being that they're funny, they have people who do like them, but the powers that be won't let them be and won't let them succeed, so they have to try to do some type of a runaround maneuver in order to get ahead and in front of these blockades that are in their career. This is kind of extracted a little bit more when Bobby Lee and Patrice talk about their disgust for the business and how they view show business.
I want to change. I want to change. I want to change.
All right, ask him the question.
Yeah, I want to change.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yes,
Is there anything about this business that causes you some angst that you just wish it wasn't like this?
No, I love everybody. No, I love everybody, and I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, yeah?
But they don't say that.
No.
They
don't say it that way either.
They don't say it that way. Okay,
It's
I'll be honest with you. Okay.
Do you love the business?
No. Ask me why. Ask me why.
Why don't you? It's too late now. It's already done.
I'll tell you why.
Why don't you love the
Because it's the land of crazy. Nothing makes sense. Okay? Nothing makes sense. All right, I'll give you an example, right? What I'm saying is this: if an Asian guy like myself, right, who's on a series for 8 years, who does stand up, you know what I mean, who sells, I'm not a theater guy. Yeah, but I sell tickets and stuff like that, right?
Sure.
I shouldn't be in a room with these 22-year-old Asian guys, you know what I mean, waiting to audition for something. You know what I mean? I should have to call me in at a separate time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wait an hour with these guys they're talking about. I go, no, dude, you can't kill the way I kill on stage. I mean, that's the truth. You know what I mean? And I feel like stand-up.
It could be racism in Hollywood.
No, what I'm saying is that I think that stand-ups in general don't get the respect that they deserve.
Aside from their circumstance in Hollywood, I think another thing that is important to note is that sometimes comedians' own behavior can be self-destructive. And this is also true in the case of Bobby Lee, where he explains certain things in his career that he's done that sounds hilarious, but at the same time isn't the smartest thing to do. Such as the time he decided to retaliate against Mad TV executives when they didn't put him on the episode along with Jackie Chan. In all fairness, Jackie Chan is a legend, and I'd be mad too, but I don't know if I would react like this.
A weird vibe out there.
You
They think
flew it
that
for
I'm
everyone,
crazy.
I'm thinking.
Well, you know, when I was on Mad TV, I pooped in somebody at a producer's room.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Life lesson?
Did you life lessons?
Life lesson.
Yeah, life lesson.
I get it now.
Because I was betrayed. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like I don't have the thing where it's like I don't think I should poop in the producer's room. I think I need revenge.
How did he betray you?
Because what happened was they had Jackie Chan on the show, right? So I wrote a letter to the producer saying, I don't care what it is. I'm on the show. I want to be in the sketch. They shot it without me, right?
Wow.
So I found that. I thought that was betrayal.
Did
You know
someone
what I mean?
play you?
And somebody deserved pooped in their dressing room.
Did they not want two Asians?
Yeah, is that too much?
No, I didn't think it was a scheduling thing. I don't know what the hell the deal was. I don't care, right? It was deception, and I'm going to poop in your room.
The behavior of Bobby Lee is examined further and extracted a little bit more by Patrice O'Neal, who basically says that Bobby is too crazy, Bobby is too flamboyant, Bobby is too loud, and that these Hollywood people, these showrunners, these people that can make or break your career don't really want to deal with that. And that's something that Patrice himself has dealt with, where a lot of people don't want to deal with his issues, they just want the good parts of him, not realizing that the issues and oddities of the person is what makes the good so good.
I was the same guy.
But you shouldn't have all those roles. Does that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me.
Ken's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can't have two
Bobby's
Asian guys
crazy.
in
Ken is
Hollywood.
not.
Yeah, yeah.
Ken is only crazy when he's acting.
Bobby's always
got a
crazy.
problem.
And I think for Bobby Lee especially, he has this aura and this presentation of being a bit immature, a bit childlike. They don't want to know what's going to drive up or down their popularity or money. They don't want to control their speech. They don't want to look for a marketable way to succeed. They just want to do comedy and what they find interesting and entertaining in their way, in their approach. And that's what really keeps them pure and what really keeps them as funny as they are. And I think that it's actually remarkable to say that a lot of comedians were saved by the internet. In all reality, if Bobby Lee didn't have this podcast, he may have had to change himself or morph himself to be more marketable. Or perhaps he'd give up entirely in terms of expanding and just accept doing road work as opposed to doing something that he wanted to expand into. I think that this gives a lot of comedians like Bobby an opportunity to express himself fully, as well as expand into other business aspects with others, and really create without borders and without limits. And as corny as it sounds, it really is an entertainment for the people, by the people, because whoever likes him is going to support him by viewing him or supporting him financially. And there is no funnel to worry about. There is no executive. There is no shadow figure that flips a switch. No one can make or break your career unless you go absolutely positively insane. No one can make or break your career. It's up to you. And I think that this is something remarkable and something that's amazing. And it makes me look back at old shows that I've heard Bobby Lee on where he was really miserable and really sad. And now he's able to not only financially flourish, but he's also able to flourish creatively. Because it seems like Bobby Lee has done a lot of podcasts with friends, himself, and others, content online, and he continues to do stand-up. So it's really great to see he's not stuck in a rut or feeling like he can't go down certain avenues. Granted, a lot of comedians have issues, and Bobby Lee probably still has some demons that he wants to tackle. But I think it helps having an audience as well as some money in your pocket. And hopefully more comedians that feel like they've been spurned by the industry can find their niche online and be able to spread their wings creatively and make a buck off their work.
At the end of every single video, make sure you ask people to rate and subscribe to your content. It makes them feel like they're involved even though they're really not. And most importantly, make sure they comment on every single video. If you have to, disguise it. You know, call it something like the question of the day. And really make them think you're gonna really read it when you really don't have to. Ha ha ha!